Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alicianyelle. I'm so happy you're here, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun with makeup with a technique called underpainting. So you might be like, what is underpainting? So like I said, underpainting is a specific technique in makeup where you apply your foundation last. So first you'll apply your bronzer or your contour, your highlight, your blush, and then you'll blend your foundation over all of that. The gist is that you will get rid of those harsh lines that can sometimes present themselves when you do your makeup the traditional way. And it's a pretty famous technique. Like some makeup artists and celebrities have really, taken this technique and made it their own, specifically J-Lo and her makeup artist Scott Barnes. So it's pretty fun. I love it, and I always get an amazing result. So today we are bronzing with our cream bronzer from Jordana Tisha. This is in the shade Coastal Oasis. This is actually a bronzer duo, but I love the creams. Okay, it is so creamy, so easy to blend, and I'm just going to place my bronzer where I usually place it, but I'm going just a little heavier so that it could kind of show through the foundation. So now I'm gathering my concealers. I'll be using 3 different concealers today. They are all House Labs concealers. I'll be using a deeper shade, a medium shade, and a lighter shade. The darkest shade that I will be using is shade 40, and I will be using this on the lower half of my face, mainly because the undertones down there are different than the top portion of my face. So if I used the lighter concealers, I would look a little gray and a little muddy. So what I'm doing is I'm concealing around my mouth. I am going to also conceal under that contour just to kind of clean that up just a little bit, and I'm going to do that along the other side as well. So here we are with the second shade. This is going to be used as a buffer shade. This is 34 from House Labs. And by a buffer shade, I mean the shades next to each other don't need to have a large gap in between them. So I have that lighter shade and I have that darker shade of concealer that I used. If I just went in with both of those next to each other, it would have been a little bit harder to blend. So I'm just bridging the gap with this concealer right here, and I'm going to place that on my cheeks, on my forehead, and a little bit down the bridge of my nose. And as you can see, I'm going to leave that gap right up under my eyes for that bright concealer. And here we are with shade 32, giving us that bright under eye that we love. We're just filling in that gap under the eye, like I said. Last but certainly not least, we are going in with blush. This is one of my favorite blushes. This is from Danessa Myricks in the shade Jubilee. It came from her holiday set, and we are going to fill that in that gap between the concealer and the bronzer. I left a special spot just for her, and we're going to tap all of that in. Here we are just vibing. Get ready to roll up your sleeves, girl, because we are about to turn into Blenderella. So I'm just showing you here that we are going to blend from darkest to lightest, okay? And you will change your brushes. Now this is just the way I do it, but you can do it however you want. But if you're following this, change your brushes, okay? So we're going to start by blending in the bronzer, and everything that we do, we're just going to tap it in, okay? That is going to give you the most coverage, and that is probably the easiest way to do it versus stippling or swiping. So we're moving along to the chin, and we're just tapping everything in, all of that bronzer. Now I know this might look a little crazy at first, but this honestly was a little quicker for me to do than the actual, the technical, not the technical way. This was a little easier for me to do than the traditional way that makeup is done, and I had fun with it. I feel like this really helps you, build your technical skill when it comes to makeup and blending and everything like that, and makeup is just fun anyway. So we're just continuing to blend all of that in. So as you see, I'm using the smaller end of my F4 by Makeup by Mario brush, and then I flipped it over and used the big side to blend out the blush. And I'm just also tapping that in, and I can just already tell this is gonna look so good. And by the way, I love this Haus Labs concealer. If you are a beginner or you just want a nice concealer that you can count on, especially with undertones, please try the Haus Labs concealer. I recommend this concealer all the time, but you guys rarely see me use it, which is why I wanted to use this for this video. I typically use a little more of a heavy duty concealer when I do underpainting, but the Haus Labs held up beautifully, and you guys are going to gag, okay? Literally gag when you see me set this with powder. Look at me, just having a good old time. And just keep in mind, if you have a lot of creams and stuff on your face, hair just loves to stick to that. Okay, so now we are just taking another brush and we're blending out that deeper shade of concealer. And like I said, we're just tapping it in, and we're going to tap all of that in around the mouth. And as you can see, everything is already kind of coming together. You can see the structure of the face. You can see that everything is about to eat down, and that's exactly what we want. But if yours is not like this, don't worry, keep practicing. I promise you will get it. Practice definitely makes perfect, especially when it comes to makeup, okay? Okay, girl, we are in the home stretch of the cream or liquid phase, the wet phase of our makeup. We're just blending in these last two concealers. I'm going to blend them in together because they already blended together. We're just going to tap, and watch how this concealer blends out. Just watch. It's going to be like magic in front of your eyes. I'm telling you, this concealer is so beautiful. Just beautiful. Gaga did her thing. Hats off to Gaga. Okay, are y'all ready? Here comes the foundation. This is the Lancome Ultra Wear Foundation in 450W. We're going to take a pump of that on the back of your hand or a palette, okay, just like so. And then you are going to coat your brush in that foundation. Now this is another brush. I have multiple of these brushes, and we're gonna start where there's the least amount of product, and we're just gonna tap the rest over the face, just like so. No particular order, does not have to be precise. That is the beauty about underpainting. Everything just melts together beautifully. And look at that, girl, look at this skin. Oh, this is so beautiful. Like, makeup truly brings me so much joy. This just looks so beautiful. Sometimes I wish I could leave the makeup wet like this, because you could just see the true beauty of the products. Look at that. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. The skin looks healthy. Oh, and by the way, I do have dry skin. So a lot of the products that you see me using are hydrating products. However, this foundation is matte, but the skin prep I did before this was very, very, very moisturizing and hydrating, okay? So we're just gonna use a little bit more. Am I getting a little bit more? No. We're on to powder. Okay, so this is the Huda Beauty powder in Peach Pie. I'm just getting a little bit of that, and I am going to blend out any creases that may have happened under the under eye, and we're going straight in. We're using a light hand, and we're going to build this powder up in layers. But check out this first layer. I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all watch. Like I said, it's just giving butter, okay? This powder is in my top 2, and recently, probably over the last year or so, I've gotten into peach powders. All of my favorite powders are the peach color in whatever line I'm using. It's either One Size, Makeup by Mario, or Huda Beauty, especially for my under eyes. I feel like it complements my undertones beautifully, and I think yellow powders under my eyes just don't hit the same as the peach, as you can see. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, and this is like another thing, y'all probably don't care, but the other day somebody told me I look like a Barbie doll, and I did my makeup like this, and I was like, you know what, yeah. Yeah, because that's exactly what I wanted to give. It's giving little fairy princess baby doll, like cutie patootie bad bloop, you know what I mean? Okay, so now we're just going to bake just a little more. So baking is the process of leaving an excess amount of product or powder on the skin. It just adds a little bit of coverage, increases the longevity of the makeup or the under eyes, and yeah. So now we're going to set the bottom half of my face with some yellow powder, because remember I told y'all my undertones down there are a little different. So peach does not work down there, but yellow does. And this is the Makeup by Mario 4.5 powder. And I love this powder as well. It just kind of melts in. It still gives a highlight, but it brightens, but it don't look ashy. So we love that. Next, we're going to take this powder palette. I've had it for forever. As you can see, it's done me very well, and we are just going to use this to just kind of blend in some of that powder that we put under the contour, and this is just going to kind of further set the face, and everything is just going to be fabulous, just how it is. But I do want to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed building my community on other platforms, and I can't wait to build my community on this platform. I feel like it's been a long time coming. I'm excited. I grew up watching like traditional makeup tutorials and reviews on YouTube, so this is like a dream for me to be on YouTube and see my face and just see me doing my thing and doing something that I love so much. So thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave me suggestions, comments, constructive criticism, whatever. Just stop by to say hey. I'd love to have you, and I'm so excited for our journey together. Okay, but now I'm using my favorite bronzer in the world. This is the Pat McGrath Labs bronzer in the shade Bronze Divinity. It's gorgeous. As you can see, it's buttery. It just added that nice sun-kissed, like I'm on vacation type glow, but I'm not sunburned. I'm not too muddy. It's gorgeous. Love her down. Okay, am I done yet with the bronzer? We gonna dance a little bit, we gonna sing a little bit, and I think I'm about to find my blush. Yeah, so next we're gonna go in with the Juvia's Place blush duo. This is volume 6, and we're gonna mix that with the powder of She's the Moment from Patrick Ta. And girl, if you don't know who Painted by Esther is, she is a phenomenal, iconic celebrity makeup artist, and her blush technique is just captivating. It's always a peachy, pinky, corally, almost like neon kind of blush moment, but it's gorgeous, and she brings it all the way under the eyes, and it's just blurred to the heavens, and it's beautiful. So this blush placement and the color were inspired by Painted by Esther. Check her out. If you have not seen her, you will be gagged. Okay. So while I build up this blush, I want you guys to tell me in the comments down below where you are in your makeup journey. If you are a beginner, if you're somebody who doesn't wear makeup but you like to watch people do makeup, if you are a makeup artist, if you went to school, like where are you? How did you get into makeup? What does makeup mean to you? I would love to just listen and chat and just hear all of those things. A couple weekends ago, or maybe last weekend, girl, I don't know, I had a virtual makeup mixer. I held 2 of them, and I met some incredible women that support me, and now that I know them, I can support them back, and I can see their faces and hear their voices. It was just such a special moment. We just got together and we talked about all things womanhood. We talked about makeup. We talked about life, and we just really shared a special moment. So I always say, like, this is my way of giving back. This is my contribution to the world. This is my way to make the world just a little bit better and bring happiness to people and be of service to others by teaching the art of makeup and sharing what I know, because I've taken some classes from some phenomenal makeup artists, and I've picked up a lot of different skills along the way, and I know just the confidence that it has brought to me and the way that I feel when I do my makeup. So I just want to know a little bit about you guys. That's all. I just want to get in y'all business a little bit. But anyway, I took the Pat McGrath brightening powder for the under eyes. I love this powder. This is in the shade yellow. I love this better than the Charlotte. Okay, I did go in and say that, girl. I said that. Just to kind of blend the blush with the under eye and get rid of that bake that we had put on there. and we're just going to set the face down with a little bit of the Fix Plus Stay Over. Now the Fix Plus Stay Over is that girl, okay? If you haven't met her, nice to meet you. She's that girl. And then we're going to do the Charlotte, and we're just going to give that a little bit of time to just dry down and melt all together. Now we're on to brows. I always do brows last. I know it's so funny. People either cannot do them last or they love them last. I'm one of the people that has to do my brows last. I think that's because when I started learning how to do like makeup on a different scale, the classes that I took in the makeup style that I loved was very skin focused makeup. So you spent a lot of time perfecting the skin and getting the skin to look like skin, no matter how many products, powders, whatever you powder on it. And the eyebrows took a backseat to the skin. So the skin is the star of the show and the brows are just a supporting actress. So that is probably why I do brows last, and I just think a softer brow looks a little bit better on my face. But this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade dark brown. I'm not typically too particular about what brow products I use. I could really work with anything. I could work with pomades, powders, pencils, but I really don't know too much about like the brow pens. Maybe I'll get into that. Maybe my next video will be a video trying a bunch of different makeup products that I've never used before or that I'm not familiar with. But yeah, this is just how I do my brows. I kind of start with filling them in where there is no hair, just so that where their hair is, I don't make the brow a lot darker than it needs to be. So we fill in what's not there and we keep it pushing. Okay, y'all don't beat me up in the comments, but this eyeshadow palette is discontinued. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I love and I use that are discontinued, but for some reason the formulas in those eyeshadow palettes are top tier. So this happens to be the Desi times Katie Dose of Colors collaboration that came out years and years ago. I ended up getting mine off of like eBay or something like that because I didn't get it back then, and I got it a couple years ago because I just had to have it. So yeah, I created this look with that palette, but don't be mad, okay? I'm so sorry, but you can create this with any similar shades. So first I place the shadow down, and then I'm going to take a small detail brush and a little bit of bronzer, and I'm just going to blow the eyeshadow out just to get it a little more blended so that the lines aren't as harsh. And then we'll go in with a powder puff, learn this technique on TikTok, shout out to y'all, and add a lighter shade on the lid just to give like a faux cut crease. You know, I never said eyeshadow was my ministry, so we're getting better at it. And I wear lash extensions, so I don't like to go too hard with the eyeshadow, but I think this look turned out very cute. Moving on to lips, one of my favorite parts of my makeup routine. This one makeup artist on TikTok said the look is only as good as the lip application. And I said, you know what? She is absolutely right. So I'm taking my time a little more with my lip application because it really does matter, huh? So this is the Pillow Talk Deep from Charlotte Tilbury, and we're just going to use that as a liner. And I like to blend with my lips instead of a pencil or pencil brush or a lip brush. I mean, maybe I'll try a lip brush and we'll compare the two. But here I am, just lining it, getting it how I want, blending with my lips. This is my liquid lipstick from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Stripped. I believe I got it from like a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx, something like that. But I'm just gonna put that in the center, and then I'm going to put my Makeup by Mario on top of that in the shade Soft Nude, and then we're also gonna top it off with Made by Mitchell Soft Serve. Okay, just trust me, it'll be cute. Okay, so we're just adding a little bit of finishing touches, do some mascara on the bottom. I'm going to go in and add a little bit of glow on the face with a balm highlighter duo from, who is it from? From Pat McGrath Labs. I do not like traditional highlighter. I do not like the glitter. I do not like the way that it sits on the face. It looks phenomenal on other people. I just do not like it on my face. And I learned this technique from Glam by Omoye. She's I pray I pronounced that right. I'm so sorry, girl. You know I love you. She's a Nigerian makeup artist. She's here on YouTube and she is phenomenal. I cannot wait to get to Nigeria to take a class with her. That is on my bucket list. But as you can see, it made the skin look healthy without me looking oily. I stand by this technique, okay? She used the Chanel, but when I went to Ulta, they only had the Pat McGrath. But I'm running out of the Pat McGrath, so then I'm gonna pick up the Chanel. Okay, gorgeous, stunning, fabulous. 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10, 20 out of 10 actually. Look at the face. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna take down the rollers. These, I live by these too, okay? They did something with these on TikTok. So these are velvet, basically flexi rods, okay? However, they have a clip on them so that your hair does not come unraveled. And the curls are popping. The curls stay all day long. You just roll it up into 2 or 3 sections, however many sections you want, and watch the hair just fall beautifully. So there we have it. This is the finished look, hair, and makeup. I had an amazing time filming this for you guys. I had an amazing time watching it back with you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you always for your support. Don't forget to follow me at Alicianyelle. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.